line, boy, it's time to break it down. Grab a mic, kill the stage, yeah, second nature now. Mama said I make a proud, I told her I made a vow. Just to wait around in the year, I'll put her in a house on the shore.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from KicksOnCourt.com. Today we have a performance review and it is on the Li Ning Villain. This is another one of Li Ning's performance sneakers and I absolutely love these shoes. So without wasting too much of your time, let's go ahead and get right into it. So traction, as you can see, is a little bit different than what was on the Turning Point. This one has a mixture between herringbone and a thunderbolt pattern on both the heel and the forefoot. This reminded me quite a bit of the Huarache 2K4s and pretty much played just like them as well. The Turning Point had a little bit better traction in my opinion. This one's just slightly less. I don't know why, maybe it's because of the rubber used or whatever, but this would actually be a really good option for outdoor courts. So the Turning Point is one where you might want to just play indoors because the rubber is pretty soft, so it might get ground down quite a bit. But yeah, this one, it pretty much was awesome from front to back. The Thunderbolt pattern being on this side here, you'd think that it would give you some sort of slip or hesitation. None whatsoever. The only time when I had a little bit of slip was, you know, from curling around the screen, and that was with the actual herringbone sections. So, and the slip was so minor that it wasn't really a big deal, in my opinion. So, definitely great traction. If you're looking solely at traction alone, and that's your most important attribute on a performance shoe, you might want to consider the Turning Point over these guys, unless you play outdoors, which is what, you know, these would probably be great for. As far as cushion goes, it's pretty much the same exact stuff as what was on the Turning Point. You have the cushion in the back or heel, and then you also have bounce right here at the forefoot. So the bounce cushion's like right over here, this whole like ball of your foot area, and then the cushion is injected into the heel. Those are their special foams. It's just as absorbent as the Turning Point. You will kind of get a different feeling. The heel itself, it provides quite a bit of impact absorption, especially from here down. This little plastic bar that they have, and it wraps around the sides of the shoe here, both sides. That actually decreases the amount of compression used. My opinion, this is just my assumption, but basically because the sole is kind of contoured right here, the midsole, it goes in. If you were to pound heavily on one side of your foot or the other, and there was too much compression, it would kind of break down while you're in stride and then kind of, you know, roll over and things like that. So having that little support beam there prevented that, and you can feel a difference in the midsole's firmness because of that bar. So cushion was still really on point. I absolutely love their foam, and just like the Turning Point, they also have the PU removable insole with the EVA heel in the back, so there's a bit of extra impact protection there, and I definitely like that. Good thing is that they're removable, so if you need custom orthotics or you purchase your own, you can definitely swap them out, no problem. So as far as material and fit is concerned, basically you have a full-on synthetic upper, and then you have those high wear overlays, just as you did in the Turning Point, just slightly different design. I think that they feel great. The material has absolutely no time, you know, break-in time, so I absolutely love that. As far as its supportiveness, the Turning Point was a little bit more supportive because they had some extra panels right here. So just a little bit more rigidness along the midfoot section. However, this one still fit very well, and it felt great when you were on court. Even though these are kind of heavy, as far as, you know, most of the recent sneakers, they don't play that way whatsoever. The impact absorption that you receive from the midsole and cushion alone kind of cancels out any potential weight distribution issues that you would have from a higher weight sneaker. So as far as that's concerned, I thought that it was great. Materials I thought were awesome. The only problem that I did have was that I plowed through these things like crazy. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but and I've never torn the back of a shoe before, but this is my first time.
that's how much I really like these, though. I mean, I played in these heavily. These and the Turning Points, I played in those well over the 40 hours that I usually do, and I absolutely love them. Again, I've never ever plowed through a shoe that quickly, but you know, there's a first time for everything, and I think that these are fantastic sneakers. As far as the fit goes, it's true to size. The lace-up structure is pretty much on point. I like it. The material is flexible enough to where if you're a wide footer, this will probably break in pretty easily for you as well, while still containing your foot and giving you some sort of support. The midfoot section where your ankle is has two different options. You can either not use them altogether, or you can use one or the other, and this definitely keeps a greater lockdown here, this bottom one, pulling your heel and keeping it into the back of the heel cup. And then you can also have some additional support up at the ankle with the plastic clips as well. So I think that that's a perfect feature. It allows you to kind of lace them up as nicely as you want. So if you like to have a slightly loose fit, you can have that. If you want to have a perfectly snug fit, you can have that as well. So in the heel, you still have the little notch there, and that will help with the fit as well in the back. And again, once everything is tied up, it's a perfect fit from top to bottom. Ventilation in this shoe is pretty much the only area where it took a pretty big hit, especially in comparison to the previous Li-Ning Turning Point. So basically you have the mesh here, little mesh window, you have that on both sides, and then you have the mesh tongue, and that's all you have. So these little 3M dots down here, that could have been implemented into ventilation, and then all of these 3M lines up on the upper, they could have also been cut out and turned into ventilation points. So if that would have been done, I think that the shoe's ventilation would have been a lot better. As it is right now, if you don't require too much ventilation, these would be perfect for you. If you prefer to have tons of airflow within your shoe, you might want to look at the Turning Point instead, out of both of the Li-Ning models. As far as support is concerned, basically most of your support's coming from that fit. So you have, again, the different options giving you a supportive and secure fit, and then the base has that plastic support frame going along the middle of the midsole. That gives you quite a bit of support. It's not as kind of squishy, I guess you could say, as the Turning Point. Upon impact, you still get plenty of impact absorption and protection. You just don't get that squishiness that you might get from heel impact on the Turning Point itself. And then you have the little heel notch here, as well as the external heel cup, which is where it had a blowout within the upper. So with all of that stuff combined, it gave enough support and enough fit throughout your entire night without having any compromising issues to potential injuries. One additional thing that I did not go over before is the extended base at the bottom. I like when this is implemented into a shoe. The foot sits right on top. It rests perfectly within the sneaker here, and then you have a slightly wider base underneath your foot for just a little bit more stability and support. So, you know, when you're moving and things like that, you're not going to kind of curl over and all that stuff. It's somewhat like an outrigger, but a little bit different, just because it's kind of bulky, whereas an outrigger is kind of smooth and goes up into the shoe, more like a ramp. But same exact type of system is implied here, and I actually really like when there is a slightly wider base under your foot. Just gives you a little bit more stability and support, especially in the forefoot area.
Alright guys, so that pretty much takes care of the review on the Villain here. I forgot to mention in the support section that there is a support frame underneath the midfoot here, so you have some rigidness here, so you don't overextend or flex your arch, and then it stops right in the perfect spot, so you have plenty of mobility and flexibility within the forefoot area. So apologies for that. Again, fantastic sneakers. I absolutely love Li-Ning's products. I'm not getting paid to say that. I just really like their shoes. I can't believe I destroyed a pair. I play in these a lot, so but yeah, these are just awesome. I could use a couple of expletive words or phrases to explain my feelings on these, but I won't. I'll hold back. But yeah, I love these shoes. They come in at about $100, which is perfect. You can get free shipping at this point in time at their website. I'll put their website in the description box below. And also, if you want to see any of the performance scores on all of these attributes, you can go to kicksoncourt.com. That will also be in the description box below. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support. And until next time, guys, have a good one.
And every month I'd hop on a plane to fly, yeah, and take her shopping, whatever she wants to buy, yeah. She made me who I am, I got the heart of a lion, yeah. And for that, mama, I'm gratified.